We respectfully request the Sangha of great virtues, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tăng thính, vì tứ pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh, tịnh chuyên diệu pháp luân giáo đạo ngã môn, như á liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đắc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Saranto Su Che Do Ye Ở La Hơ Đi Sam Nhào San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Ta Đắc Tha Tô Già Đa Gia La Ha Đế Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Tô A. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma, 100,000 million aeons, is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng she wei miao fa, bai jian wan jian an zao yu, wo jin jian wan de shou chi, yuan jie ru lai zhe shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Qingliang, Venerable YongHua, Venerable left-home people, and all good knowing advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、精良大士、师父上人、各位智者人、各位上智士，弥陀佛。Kính thưa chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Quốc sư, Hòa thượng Thiên Hoa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện sĩ Thích Ca Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, thank you for coming. Today is the 29th of October, 2021. We are gathered here to continue discussing the prologue written by Master Qingliang, prologue to Avatamsaka Sutra. It is a text that's rather theoretical, scholarly, but actually it's a wonderful text because it helps us have an overview of the profound principles that will not be as clear as if we were to read the text themselves. Okay, as you go through this, okay, don't expect to understand because it's supposed to be inconceivable avatamsaka state, meaning that there's no way for us to conjure it, no way for us to try to understand it. Just listen to it, and we try to relate it back to you in a way that will make some sense out of you. But other than that, to try to comprehend it, it's not possible. Okay? So that's why it's rare indeed to be able to find the handful of you who are crazy enough to come to the lecture. Because when no more comes anymore, I'll be free at last. No more lectures. Okay? All right. So today we're in 352. Text 3. Hearing of the response in accordance with the potentials, one knows that dharmas arise because of the good and accomplishes the benefit of starting to practice.
3. 闻机感，知法由善起，成造修益。
353. Commentary. Okay, why was this sutra spoken? It's because of you. Because you are worthy to listen to it. Because your listening to it will give you a lot of benefits. Benefits that are really inconceivable. Okay? This one of the benefits you have is that listening to this will enable you to turn towards the good. You don't know how great it is to be predisposed toward the good. Why? Because when you are inclined to do evil things and bad things, things will only get worse for you. They don't ever improve for you at all. Be forewarned. So that's why, even though it doesn't look like we are doing much, but the fact that we are, as we listen to this, as we go through these practices, they're supposed to make our soul better, gooder, if you will, more good, if you will. And that's the incredible blessings in itself. For example, when you see children, okay, when you see children who are inclined to do good, you can tell those kids are very blessed. Whereas some kids where they only steal, they only lie, they only do bad things, it's because they don't have enough blessings. Okay? And what happens is that when they get older, okay, that's what they continue to do. They continue to cheat, to con others, which is a miserable way to live your lives. Okay? So, in particular, goodness is a foundation of Mahayana. Okay? And the more you practice, the more you improve, the more good your nature, the more the good or your good nature surfaces. In other words, those who cannot stand it, those who have to run away and criticize this particular practice, okay, those are the ones that are not disposed, are not predisposed toward goodness. Watch them and you see. Okay? And when you are fundamentally good, have the proper moral fibers, guess what? You'll be inclined, you'll be more prone to doing things that are beneficial for yourself. Okay? You will start doing things such as spiritual practices that will make and will enhance your nature to be more good even. Okay? That itself will further amplify the blessings you'll be accruing for yourself. Just being good alone accrues a lot of blessings. Okay? Right there. But as you practice, your good nature even becomes more refined, becomes stronger, more dominant. Okay? That's when your blessings continue to increase. All right? Next. 353. 3. Hearing of response in accordance with potentials. One knows that the Dharma arise because of the good. What? Oh, sorry. 354. Forget that. 4. Hearing that it acts as the root. One knows that its meanings are perfect and accomplishes the benefit of sudden attainment.
4. 闻为本，知其意源，成顿得意。
All right, this is very, very important. Okay, this sutra here is the root source of all of Mahayana teachings. All that Buddhism has taught out there are only a subset of this particular sutra here. So that's why when Shakyamuni Buddha became enlightened, he became a Buddha, what did he do? He said, I'm going to give you my knowledge to who? The Bodhisattvas. Okay? And later, after that, he started teaching people at much lower levels. So you see, this is the best of the Buddha's knowledge. Okay? So the meanings that are contained in here, in particular, these principles that Great Master Ching Liang reiterated for you, or re-massage them for you, okay? They are perfect. They are the highest level of wisdom possible. This is how important it is. That's why, even though I don't understand that much about this prologue, or this sutra in general, but the mere fact we're all investigating this together, actually we're all gaining great benefits from it. Okay? Because what you're hearing, even though you don't understand, it plants the seeds of perfect wisdom in our psyche that will be there. Remember in a prior lecture, it says those seeds are Vajra seeds. They will never be destroyed. They're indestructible. How do you think eventually you will become Vajra yourself? Because of these seeds. These Vajra seeds will turn you into Vajra. So, can we pass a donation box, please? Okay. So the meanings are perfect. Okay. These meanings, meaning the seeds. Okay. These seeds you're hearing, the things you're hearing, you're reading, okay, you're learning about. These are the seeds that will be planted in your eighth consciousness. These Vajra seeds. All right? And because of these Vajra seeds, in the future, you will reach sudden enlightenment. How do you think people reach sudden enlightenment? It's because of these seeds. The seeds have to be planted before you can reach sudden enlightenment. That's how important it is. What do I sound like a salesman? It should be able to sell itself. I don't need to sell you. All right? So this is all the other teachings the Buddha explained later would originate from this Avatamsaka teaching. All right? All right. 356. Yes, go ahead, question.
Just on the previous slide, I can't figure out what does hearing that it acts as the root. One knows of its meanings. What is the it referring to?
Hearing it is hearing this teaching. Hearing the Avatamsaka teaching.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. 5, hearing of the virtues of the fruit, one then believes, rejoices in, and vows to equal them, and accomplishes the benefit of destroying obstacles.
5. 闻果德，则信乐愿起，成灭张毅。
357. Reason number 5, causing conditions these benefits. Okay, hearing the virtues of the fruit, meaning the Buddhahood virtues, the virtues of the Buddha. Okay, meaning when you practice this Mahayana way here, practices here, you will go towards the direction of attaining this Buddhahood fruit. That's the only reason why we're doing this. Anything below, less than that would not be worth our time or your time. Okay, and when you hear about that, okay, one then believes. Okay, believes here, okay, meaning that there's not a single hair of a doubt in your mind. Okay, believe here meaning the totally the total absence of any doubt in your mind. It has nothing to do with understanding. Can you tell the difference here? We're not asking you to understand. The Buddha does not ask the Bodhisattvas to understand. The Bodhisattvas, when they hear these things, okay, they believe. And that's all you have to do. Rejoices in, okay, you rejoice. This is a text that will bring you joy naturally. Okay, that's my personal experience. It's addictive because the more you read it, the more, different parts of the sutra here will bring you different kinds of joys. Okay, it's fascinating. And so in particular, you rejoice in the wonderful nature of virtues of this Buddha position here. Okay? It is wonderful beyond understanding, beyond comprehension. And because that, you say, wow, if there is such a thing is possible, and many living beings, many human beings like me have attained it already, okay? And therefore, you vow to equal them. Okay? This is strongly encouraged of you. You should set your goals properly. Go for the highest because you are worthy of it. Okay? All of you, old or young, educated, uneducated, rich or poor, you all can reach the same potential, the Buddha fruition. Okay? So as you vow to equal this Buddha position, meaning you vow to attain this Buddha position, okay, and that sets you on what? On this habit of when you see someone better than you, you vow to equal them, not criticize them or destroy them or lower them, okay, to your level. You don't look at people's faults. You look at people's greatness and vow to equal their greatness, okay? Their stupidity, their weaknesses are actually yours. It's not theirs. Okay? So when you see greatness, vow to equal them. Okay? When you see people's weaknesses and flaws, they are your flaws. That's why you can see them. Okay? And you accomplish the benefit of destroying obstacles. Okay? When you do these things, when you believe, no doubt in your mind, you rejoice in these beautiful virtues of this fruition, Buddha fruition, and you set your mind to be the same as the Buddha, to be the best you can be. Okay? It sounds like some kind of commercial from somewhere. Be the best you can be. Xintong here? Who is that? Marines? U.S. Marines. Is that Korean Marines or U.S. Marines? I don't remember anymore. It's been so long ago. Okay? Be all you can be. Okay? And by doing that, you will accomplish the benefit of overcoming your obstructions. Why? Why? Yes.
When you vow to be the best you can be, then you're definitely going to encounter obstructions. But when you face those obstructions, if you keep that vow, you'll eventually get through them.
Okay. Anyone else? Why? Is this like a sales pitch? Is it like you will have the benefit of destroying obstacles? It sounds like Xienan trying to sell our blocks. You know? You get great benefits. Trust me. Yeah, go ahead, Xienan, defend yourself.
Hello.
She can't even say anything.
안녕하세요.
Yeah, we can hear you.
진욱 스님.
네, 저는 진욱입니다.
진욱 스님 stopped by saying hello to her Dharma sister.
Hello.
진욱 스님 is here to saying hello to Dharma sister 상욱 스님.
Oh, Sangwook Sunim. Oh, I see. No, it's a different temple. We don't care. Sangwook Sunim, say something. Don't be so quiet. Now's the time to speak up, please. Tell your Dharma sister you're safe and happy and normal.
Hello.
Took a while, didn't it? That's it? Repeat after me. Hi, Dharma sister. I'm safe. I'm very happy. I like it here. I wish you well. Go ahead. Oh, God, I'm going to teach them everything.
Hi, Dharma
Meditate.
sister. I'm happy here. Thank you.
It sounds so insincere. Yes, Daniel, Catholic Daniel. 5.
What is a Dharma sister?
He has to ask her. Go ahead. Jewel Conk will answer you. What's a Dharma sister? It's a sexist
Pastor
thing.
진욱 스님 has a question.
Yes.
예, 저는 그동안에 살면서 그 노래나 음악을 듣는 걸 별로 안 좋아했거든요. 근데 한 달 전부터인가 음악을 듣는데 너무 좋은 거예요. 이렇게 따뜻한 뭔가 에너지도 돌고 들어도 되는지.
So I think I should translate. It's my fault. Chinook S님 never liked music or listening to songs, never in her life. About a month ago, she started enjoying a lot of enjoying listening to hip hop music. Not that I encourage her or let her listen to, but I don't know. She's been following our Dharma, so I partially feel responsible for some reason. So she asked if that's okay.
Go ahead,
She's
Sangwook answer her. Hip hop music, how does it go? Something like that, right? Huh? Hip hop. Someone does a hip hop thing for me. Daniel. What? Catholics don't listen to hip hop? Hey, what's hip hop? What does it go like? So that we're all on the same page. You know, our lecture is not abstract at all. I mean, it's very concrete things. Yes, go ahead, one. Do a hip hop thing. Very good, thank you. New composition for you. So is it okay? In general, monks and nuns are not supposed to listen to music. Okay? In particular, if you, I believe it's the Bodhisattva precepts that says that you're not supposed to listen to music and do any form of self-entertainment. All right? So, no, it's not advisable for you to do so. Okay? For the reason that it will make your mind scattered. Okay? And which makes you more vulnerable to the demons' attacks and the demons' manipulations. For us in particular, for monks and nuns, we are being watched. We are being under pressure 24 hours a day. Okay, so that's why we part of the training is to avoid getting scattered so that we can resist these attacks. I'll give you an example, okay, for things that happen to us very frequently. Today, at lunch, I asked that we have a recording, okay? So we have a couple of recordings going. One recording is from a cell phone of my Dharma talk to the Sangha. And I asked it to be recorded so that the other branches, in particular, Korea branches who are not awake yet, they're still sleeping or snoring away, okay? They can hear it later. So we recorded it. So I started by warming up, you know, you know, right, Andres? Is that what you do before you sing? And so I was warming up, it was fine. I was recorded fine. As soon as I got into my actual Dharma talks, it's pretty important Dharma talk for our training program in particular. Okay, it's the first time I spoke like that because the occasion called for it. Before, we never had this problem, so now we have this problem, so I had to address it, okay, for posterity. So I talked about it. I talked about the problem and so forth, and then as I was talking, my voice somehow became like it's unintelligible. We couldn't hear anymore, at least on that cell phone recording. And as soon as I was done with it, okay, and my voice became normal again. Now, I need to tell you, what is the lesson here? The lesson here is that I was being attacked through the cell phone by that particular individual. That particular individual brought the attack to me. You understand? They don't attack me directly. So they attack me through the weak links in my Sangha. Okay? So that's a lesson I haven't told them yet. You have weaknesses, that's why they can attack you. Okay? They can go and mess with your phone so that when I ask you to use your phone, you are the implement, the instrument for them to meddle with my work. Okay? And for that, they will pay dearly. Let me assure you. You mess with me, I make you pay. That's my rule of thumb. Okay? So for that reason, so I never said anything until tonight, until it's the right time. So that is to tell you that we are constantly being watched. They're looking for our weaknesses to come and attack us, to obstruct us from doing our work. Okay? Luckily, there's a second recording, so it didn't bother me. But it is to show you that if you scattered, if you have weaknesses, they will go in and attack the Sangha that you belong to. And for that, I will teach you how to attack them back, to teach them a lesson. You mess with us, you pay the price. Okay? Okay, so these stupid idiots, we have to learn the lesson. Okay? So anyway, so you don't want to be scattered because that's how they sneak in, attack you, attack your members, Sangha members. All right? So I don't recommend it. And it violates the Bodhisattva precepts of no entertainment. In fact, when you took the Shamini precepts, the precepts against music, against entertainment as well. And now you're fully ordained, you're not supposed to violate that precept either. So I don't recommend it. As to in the future, after you are enlightened, then there's no problem for you to listen to music anymore. Because if you have a good reason to do that, then it's okay. But until you are enlightened, you should not listen to music. I hope it helps. Yes?
Master, the transcription work tends to be very boring and I fall asleep a lot. Can I listen and work at the same time?
Listen to hip-hop music?
No, I listen to random things. Sometimes it's like psychology stuff or counseling stuff, but it keeps me awake. Is that okay? At least I can get the work done. Or else I'll be drinking lots of coffee.
If you listen to things that are educational, informative, then it's okay. But don't listen as a form of entertainment. All right? Don't entertain yourself. All right. So why do you accomplish the benefit of destroying obstacles? Let me explain to you. Number one, the biggest obstacle to your work is what? You yourself. What is obstacle? You say, I'm not good enough. No, I can't do it. Okay? And in particular, others tell you so. You're not good as me. All you can do is to be my follower. It's not Buddhism. Buddhism is as you can be as the same. You can be equal to the Buddha. Right here. The proof right here in this text. You vow to equal the Buddha. So you're removing the obstruction from your own obstruction, say, I'm not good enough, or people telling me I'm not good enough. That's nonsense. Okay? All of you, doesn't matter who you are, man, woman, okay? Young and old, you can become a Buddha. You will become a Buddha. Okay? Including those who don't believe they can become a Buddha tonight, they will become a Buddha. I guarantee it, because the Buddha guarantees it, not because of my guarantees are worth nothing. But the Buddha says, he guarantees, given these conditions, these people will become Buddhas. Okay? They can't help it. All right? So you don't stop yourself anymore. That's very important. The biggest obstruction is you quitting. Quitting is a form of stopping yourself. Why do you think I teach you? I train you when you do meditation. I train you when you learn reciting Buddha's name or forward to hands and eyes. First thing I ask is, can you do full lotus? Can you meditate? Okay? Is in order to teach you not to quit. Shouldn't quit, no matter how hard it is. Okay? And you can train yourself not to quit. That's part of your foundation. Okay? So you remove that obstruction for yourself. So far, so good. Now, just because you hear it, do not get a big head and say, I can remove my own obstructions. No, you can't. Not always. There's some obstructions where you can do nothing about. Where I can do nothing about. Okay? Meaning what? What are those obstructions? Obstructions, it's because you owe them. If I owe money, okay, I cannot run away. It doesn't matter how good I am, how powerful I am, or how smart I am. I cannot run away. That's the nature of the karmic obstructions, of the karmic debts. When you owe them your lives, they are entitled to kill you back. Okay? There's nothing you can do, no matter who you are. Case in point, Shakyamuni Buddha killed Devadatta. So Devadatta, okay, pursued Shakyamuni Buddha lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, trying to kill the Buddha. That's the way it is. Okay? And there's nothing the Buddha can do. To the point where Devadatta, okay, was able to make the Buddha, to shed the Buddha's blood. Okay, that's one example. The other examples are being that the Buddha, when he was alive, towards the end of his life, he was very, very sick. There's no Qigong, there's no yoga to help him, that could help him. Okay? When it comes to that, nothing can help. All right? Question from Jewel Kong.
Hello, Master. I have a question. I do the radio program in Buddhist radio channel in Cheongju City every week, or like 3 times a month. And the PD asked me to select a song to broadcast after the show. So I cannot give like a chanting. I need to select kind of like worldly song or pop song, whatever. Is it okay for a left-arm person to do that?
To do what?
Because to give that song selection. Because they asked me to select a song for them to broadcast after the radio program.
Well, when you select the song, is it for entertaining yourself?
No.
Okay, then it should be okay. Rule of thumb,
Okay.
don't use it to entertain yourself.
Okay,
Then it's
Master.
okay.
But then like I am spreading the worldly song from my selection, so I was wondering. So it's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so going back to destroying obstructions. So there will be times where you cannot overcome your obstructions. And this is where miracles happen. This is where the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas know about it, and they will come and help you. Because their jobs is to make sure you become Buddhas yourself. Because you believe, okay? And that's why they now are in a position where they must make sure that you believe in the right thing. Does it make sense? That's how it works. Yes, number 3. No? Or you're just scratching your head?
So let's say I am like sick or something, and it's pretty imminent. Like I got the flu and it's getting a little worse, but it's not like something crazy bad. Like I gotta go through that, right? But if I pray to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, would they just take it away? Like would they just say, "Oh, the flu's gone now. Like you're all better," or would it be healthier to that they make you go through that karmic retribution? Because that's what I would prefer, to go through the retribution than to just have it taken away.
Well, if you expect it to be taken away, you're in the wrong place. Go to a real church. They will take it away for you. In Buddhism, it's not always the case. Okay, sometimes we take it away, sometimes we don't take it away. Okay, there's no fixed rules. Okay, it's as long as whatever happens is beneficial for you, will help you towards your liberation, to your improvements, then it will be the case. So it's no fixed rule at all. Okay, so it's also designed so that you don't expect miracles, so that you cannot be greedy for the help. You'll be helped when it's time to help you. Okay, that's all. All right? All right, any other questions? It's just like now, especially nowadays, people in your generation, help me, I'm here, help me, serve me, assist me. Yeah. You'll be taught, you'll be assisted, you'll be helped when it's time, at the right time, not when you least expect it. When you least expect it, that's when you get help. Okay? All right, next. 358. 6. Hearing of the positions. One looks forward to achieving entry to them and accomplishes the benefit of gathering in the positions.
6. 闻味，其心正入，陈设未易。
All right. Now, number 6 benefit. Hearing of the positions. One looks forward to achieving entry to them. What positions are we talking about? Positions here can be analogous to, let's say, a general, or secretary of state, or governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general. These positions are referred to the recognized, these hierarchy in the universe. Mind you, be careful here. We're not talking about your world. We're talking about the entire universe. Position here refers to the 10 faiths, the 10 dwellings, the 10 practices, the 10 transferences, the 10 grounds equal enlightenment, and so forth and so forth. Those are positions that are the recognition of your status in the universe, meaning that wherever you go, okay, you be treated according to your status. For example, if you belong to a bodhisattva position, high bodhisattva position in particular, then when the Buddha speaks sutras, speaks Dharma, then you be sitting on a lotus seat, very close to the Buddha, so you can see the Buddha's hair pores. Okay, that's how close you can be. Whereas, because you have that status, like when you see the TV news where the president signs a bill or something, he's surrounded by all these important people, vice president, secretary of state, secretary of defense, and so forth and so forth. The important big shots are close to him. All right? Same thing here. It's because of their status, their stature. They have status, so they recognize throughout the universe, not just in the US, okay? But wherever you go, wherever the Buddha speaks Dharma, anywhere in the universe, okay? You go there, you'll be recognized according to your positions, okay? So this is real. These positions are what you will be able to reach lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. This is your status. You are reached this position of second ground bodhisattva. Next lifetime, you can quite easily reach it again. It's just like your inheritance. You go there, you take a new body, you reach second ground bodhisattva again pretty easily. Because that's your status wherever you go, whatever body you take on. Is it clear? So that's why it is so incredible. Unlike when you make money or you learn a worldly skill after you die, okay, you don't necessarily are able to have that worldly skill again somewhere else. Because if you know, for example, you know Tai Chi, for example, and you take on a body somewhere in a different world, there's no such thing as Tai Chi. So you cannot be at the same status, the same level of achievement for Tai Chi anymore. However, if you get this Buddhist position, wherever you are able to do right now, this is why you understand we emphasize improvement, because this is something that will stick with you forever. Lifetime after lifetime. Okay? And that's why when you understand about these positions, you really look forward to achieving entry to them. Why looking forward to achieving entry? Why do you want to enter? You enter to discover the wonders of those positions. Earlier when I taught the chant class, I said, I've been having a naughty practice by telling people that they reach certain levels. Why? Now I explain to you. Because then you know you entered that position, third dhyana. Then you can explore what the privileges of third dhyana is, like I just got a membership because my car is very old on a auto club. I cannot name names because you don't have a commercial relationship yet. Okay? But I finally bought membership on auto club because my van is getting old. Okay? And the brakes are not too good. Okay? And I carry a very precious cargoes. Okay? My disciples. They're not easily replaced. Okay? So you see, so you have these benefits. And I found out that I can buy, for example, movie tickets at 10% off. I never knew that before. And I've been paying for hotels at full price. Can you imagine that? Okay? And so you have all these benefits you discover, okay, for being a member. And so that you can take advantage of them. Okay? And that is what is meant by gathering in position, meaning that once you know you're at that level, then you say, first thing for these people, my disciple said, is it for real? Did I really? No, I cannot possibly be that lofty of a stature. I mean, it's I'm too poor. I'm too stupid. He reminds me how stupid I am constantly. Okay? So, but then they become curious. They say, let me try it to see if it's for real or not. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can go get a movie ticket at 10% off. Let's try it. I did that, by the way. And it's not worth it. Because the seats are limited, restricted seats. I'm the kind of free soul where I go because it's a fun thing to do, not because I gotta, you can only, be here. Yes, number 7.
Question from Chun. For Master's disciples who reach various levels of attainment, are most of them getting what they achieved before, or they made new improvements this lifetime?
None of your business.
Is Master's training considered easy?
Is it 2 questions or 1 question?
2 questions.
Is it considered easy? Ask them. Is it easy?
That's very easy.
See? We're all unanimous. Master Xianjie, is it easy? Careful. Don't be a wimp. He was about to go like this. You pay for that too. Okay. Sometimes it's difficult. But most of the time, it's very easy. Look at us. Look at them. What did you do today? Nothing, right? Xianan, did she get up at 4 in the morning to do morning ceremony? He says, hell no. I'm too busy. See? Now the whole world knows. Everyone gets up at 4 to do morning ceremony except for Xianan. Okay, defend yourself. What is your excuse? Okay.
It's weekend.
The what?
It's the weekend.
Weekend cannot get up?
저 질문이 있는데요. 통역해 주시겠어요? 그 말씀하신 포지션의 상태에 저는 기도를 하루에 2시간씩 매일 하면서 작년과 재작년에 그런 체험인지 경험인지 그런 스테이러스에 들어갔었던 것 같거든요. 그래서 그런데 문제는 그 상태가 한 6개월 정도 지속이 되다가요. 제가 어떤 자살한 사람의 장례식에 갔었어요. 그래서 그 사람을 위해서 기도해주고 하다가 갑자기 이렇게 완전히 바닥으로 확 가라앉으면서 그런 스테이러스가 완전히 사라지고 그때부터 몇 달 동안 계속 아팠어요. 그래서 이게 그 스테이러스에 계속 있지 못한 것은 기도 같은 걸 아예 할 수가 없더라고요. 그때는 무슨 생각이 들었냐면 기도를 하면 뭐 하나, 그리고 완전히 어둠에 갇힌 느낌? 그래서 그 상태가 무엇이었는지도 궁금을 하고 그런 스테이러스에 들어갔다가 떨어졌다가 들어갔다가 그렇게 하지 않으려면 어떻게 해야 되나요?
Master, since you have talked about position, I have some question. I pray 2 hours every day from the last year, and then one thing I experienced was that, and then after that, I think I can enter some state for 6 months, and then I went to some funeral who made a suicide, and then after that. And then I prayed for him, and then the states disappeared, and I was very sick, and I couldn't do any pray. I was in the middle of darkness. So I'm wondering what is the state, and then what can I do if I just remain in the state?
It's called scary state. When you go to funeral homes, you're asking for trouble. Funeral homes are where the ghosts hang out and they are troublemakers. Okay, and when you're there, it's just like you are asking to be harassed because they are looking for ways to entertain themselves. Unlike us, we don't look to entertain ourselves. They entertain themselves by harassing us. So we're asking for trouble when you go to funeral homes. Okay, so it's a good thing actually that Korea doesn't do a lot of funeral homes, right? Do you go to funeral homes at all? Korean Sunims, huh? You go to funerals? You do? Oh, good Lord. No wonder. You guys have a lot of obstructions. Okay? Every time you go to funeral homes, chances are that a ghost will jump on your back and follow you home. Okay? And you can tell that because bad things happen to you. For example, this lady here says, I was able to sit and then I couldn't do anymore. That's a proof right there that they mess with her. Okay? So in general, I don't want to be an alarmist, but you should be careful and avoid going to funeral homes when you can. In particular, I need you to know that because Sunims in the future, okay, Sunims should be able to protect you from such things because in particular here in the U.S. as well, the lay people don't know better. They go to cemeteries, they go to funeral homes because they want to help their friends or acquaintances go to the Pure Land, those kind of practices that the Chinese, Asians like to do, or pay respect and so forth. Okay, I personally avoid going to those places unless I must, from my perspective. And if I even choose to avoid, I don't think you should go to those places if you can. So you want to pay respect and so forth and help, send a check, send some flowers, okay? Send a card or something, but avoid going to those places if possible. All right? Because most of you will be in trouble. Yes, number 7.
This is from ML. I'm currently reading the Flower Adornment Sutra with Master YongHua's commentary. Should I stop reading it and just listen to Master YongHua's Flower Adornment Sutra lecture?
Absolutely not. Do both, because we're doing from different perspective. Master YongHua, when he explained this sutra, he explained it for his disciples. So he chose to do certain things that are important for his disciples and look at what they become. Remember, this Flower Adornment Sutra here is the root Dharma of all the Dharmas. So he taught this Dharma, very important Dharma, to his disciples, and in all fairness, his disciples were able to reach very important positions, Secretary of State, and so forth. So you see that his teaching is pretty important. So I would strongly encourage you to continue to read it and listen to it and so forth. You will not find better seats, Vajra seats than that. For us, it's slightly different. It's because I don't have his wisdom, and his mission is different. His mission is to explain the Avatamsaka Sutra as a baseline for our future generation. My interest is not that, because I don't have time, okay? I'm not interested in giving you the baseline. I'm interested in adding to it, okay? So I try to present to you from different perspective, if you will, and I hope Master YongHua forgives me for saying that in a non-Chinese way. I would like to present it to you from a 21st century perspective, okay? As someone who's educated by the Western education, like myself. So that's my job, is to help you, such people, to relate to it from that perspective. His explanation is based on the Asian culture. Mine is not. So there's a total different emphasis. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is very important. I need to stress it to you again. There are certain things here in this sutra, this teaching here, that Master YongHua chose not to teach his disciples. Not he didn't know. Of course, he knows about these things, okay? But he chose not to teach them, which I find to be inadequate in that sense, okay? So I intend, one of my main goals of doing this is, point number 2, is to make sure that these teachings have to be passed on to the American generation. I look at you as American generation. My generation is looking at his generation, his disciples, is basically preservation of Chinese wisdom. Your generation would be a hybrid between Asian culture, Asian wisdom, and Western wisdom. That's your role. That's why it's my aim, my goal is to add more to this Chinese wisdom that my master never even bothered touching. Okay? Which part? I will not tell you. Okay? Because you're too greedy. So it will come naturally. So that's why, in general, you need to listen to both, because in a way, we are complementary. Okay? And finally, since I don't have time, it's not my goal to explain the sutra here. My goal is different from his. His is provide you with the teaching, the sutra teaching. Mine is not. Okay? So I will not be able, I don't plan to explain the entire sutra itself. I just don't have time. And my work is not primarily to explain sutras. Okay, my work is among 367 hearing of conducts. Do you read this slide here? Hey, Taiwanese person. Okay, 7 hearing of conducts. One resolves to cultivate and accomplishes the benefit of the arisal conduct.
闻行、发意修行、承起行义。
This 361 is one of my goals. Is I want you to hear of conducts, these beautiful people, these extraordinary people like Master YongHua and some of his disciples. Okay? Monks and nuns. You see, they have wonderful conducts. They are doing great things for humanity, for us. Okay? And that's why when you hear about these things, and you should resolve to cultivate, okay, and equal them, or personally, I prefer that you surpass them. If I told, for example, in all due respect, that I went to Korea, I pointed out to people, Master YongHua is 2nd ground Bodhisattva, Master Sung Cho is 4th ground Bodhisattva, which are incredible achievements, not beyond the hope that some of you, Koreans and Vietnamese or Chinese, people who live in Korea, I don't look at you as Koreans as in terms of skin color and so forth. Okay? I look Koreans as all those who have the blessings to reside in Korea. Does it make sense to you? Okay? I'm not as racist as some others would like to believe. Okay? Koreans to me could be white, could be yellow, could be black, could be anything. Okay? As long they are residents of the country. Okay, so my hope is when I pointed out those things is that some of these local people said, if these are wonderful achievements, then how do I honor them? I can honor them by surpassing them. I will resolve to cultivate. And the benefit of such cultivation, I want you to be better than that, better than them. I challenge you to be better. And that's a benefit of the practice of such conduct. It's nothing that pleases me more than see my own disciples surpass me. Okay? Honest to God. I'd be tickled pink if you surpass me. the more the better. It's not that hard, by the way. I'm just old talk. All right? So this is why we're here. My emphasis is training is in order for you to do what you are perfectly capable of doing if you set your mind to it. Okay? Buddhism is not about knowledge as far as I'm concerned. Okay? Buddhism is about benefiting yourself and others. And in order to do that, benefiting means you have to do something wise. Stop doing stupid things. Do wise things. That's how you benefit yourself. Okay? These conducts that you hear of are the conducts of people with great wisdom. You will not hear of them trying to make a lot of money, like Mr. Buffet. Is it Buffet? I forgot how to pronounce his name now. He's dying. He will die soon anyway. So it doesn't matter. It won't matter much longer. But those great conducts have nothing to do with money, with fame, with profit, with recognition. These great conducts are what? Are very lofty. The sheer goodness in their heart. The great compassion that wells up in their beautiful heart. I see in some people. That's what interests me. That's what intrigues me. I see people that are so capable of compassion. Okay? I see why they got here. And I hope that they hone the heart so that they become these beautiful, beautiful, wonderful beings. I'm a sucker for beauty. That's what interests me. And you need to do something to become beautiful. You know what I mean? Am I okay? Presentable? Got that? So we are slightly different. I encourage you to basically, in summary, read Master YongHua's stuff. I love his stuff, by the way. It's addictive to me, like marijuana. 362. Jewel Conk. Go ahead.
마스터 아미타포. 아까 장례식 말씀을 들었었는데 직장 생활이나 사회 생활 때문에 어쩔 수 없이 장례식장에 가야 될 때가 있습니다. 그럴 때 이 마음속으로 연부를 하거나 대비조를 하는 것이 도움이 될 수 있을지 여쭙고 싶습니다. 두 번째 질문은 관련된 질문인데 저희 집안 같은 경우는 1년에 한 번 먼 친척들이 조상들의 묘가 고조 할아버지, 증조 할아버지, 할아버지 때부터 해서 시제라 그래서 집안 제너레이션들이 함께 모여서 함께 이제 기리는 그런 세레모니가 있습니다. 1년에 한 번 이제 선산에서 이제 하는 큰 세레모니가 있는데요. 낮에 진행이 됩니다. 근데 그 부분들도 좀 되도록 좀 피해야 될지 참석을 좀 여쭙고 싶고, 꼭 참석을 해야 된다면 마찬가지로 속으로 이제 연불을 하는 것이 도움이 될지 여쭙고 싶습니다.
Hello, this is a question from YongHua. He says that he has two questions. The first question is, when you go to funeral home, is it okay to recite the Buddha's name or great compassion mantra. Sometimes you have to go to funeral home because of the relationship at the work and social status. You cannot just say, I don't need to go. So you have to go. So in this case, reciting Buddha's name or great compassion mantra will help. The second question is, every year, once a year, his relatives, the whole family gather at the grave sites. So they have their own private area. It's like a mountain, small hill. All the ancestors are buried there. All the ancestral graves are there. So they have their family private ceremony for the ancestor. So in that kind of ceremony, if he recite the Buddha's name silently or recite the Great Compassion Mantra silently, would that help to protect himself?
Yes, absolutely. When you go there, okay, you can do those things, and you can also recite Ta Chư Tô An Chư Tô Ni Ejala Mileju. Okay, so there's another mantra you can recite for yourself as well. However, let me warn you, okay, don't be stuck on the fact you can defend yourselves. Sometimes you can't, no matter how well you recite these mantras. All right? So yes, there's some cases or some times where we can't help it. We must go for the reasons. Then yes, absolutely, recite those mantras, recite the Buddha's name. That's helpful. All right? And in particular, in his case, I believe he has some medicine master Buddha protection. So with that protection, he'll be fairly safe. Okay? Because he should not have to worry about it. Okay? The warning I have for you is not meant to cause alarm. I'm not a fear monger to make you afraid and you can't not do anything. I'm just giving you a warning for everyone so that you know that the forces out there more than you think. Okay? And the world is a lot more complicated than you think. Okay? Don't think that we are in control. There's a lot of forces we need to reckon with. In particular, okay, I just challenge you, if you don't believe me, go to the cemetery and say, hey, demons and ghosts, I'm here. Come harass me and see what you can do. Show me what you've got. I assure you, they will come possess you. I don't care how good you are. Okay? So don't believe me, try that. And don't blame me, I'm warning you. You try that, they'll come possess you, and you bring it back to your family, they jump on your wives, on your children, and your mother, and your father, and so forth. Okay? You're forewarned. So that's a very good way to double check for yourself. Is it for real? Do ghosts really exist? Try that. Go to cemeteries, go to funeral homes if you're closer to one. Okay, I talked to someone recently. She says, I'm buying a plot of land in Vietnam. It only costs $10,000. I say, where? Can I buy it too? And then she says, it's only one lot. I said, you're so selfish. He says, no, I'm serious. She says, it's a lot that next to a huge cemetery. I said, that's why it's only $10,000. And so I told her, I said, it's kind of you to buy this lot for your family. Okay, it's very kind and compassionate of you. However, I'm going to warn you, if you that close to the cemetery, I guarantee you they will come and possess your brother and his wife and his children, whoever in the house. And then they will go cuckoo eventually. So, yes, they have the place to stay. Yes, they have a shelter, okay, a place called home, but they have to share it with a lot of ghosts and demons. Some of them could be vampires, okay? And so I said, you have to look at the big picture. You cannot look at, you have to choose where you live carefully. I would not be caught living near a place like that, no matter how desperate I am. Because I don't want, because I said in the future, your relatives will blame you. They will thank you for a roof over their heads, okay? But they will blame you for being possessed, okay? So if you do that, make sure you start looking to exorcism as well. Talk to Daniel, right? Daniel knows about everything. Yeah. All right. Are we okay now? No more questions? Okay. 360. What? One more question. When this is about ghosts, I'm trying to get away from ghosts and demons. Guess what? Fat chance. Conk.
Hello? Master, you said that it's okay to recite the mantra at the funeral home too, or are you referring to only the family graveyard?
Funeral home too, as long as you don't attack them. Just defend yourself.
Oh, okay. But is it somebody for somebody who has the medicine Buddha protection, or is it somebody for somebody has the medicine protection, right? Medicine Buddha's protection.
Somebody? Who? Who are we talking about?
Like for example, Alex wanted to recite the Surangama mantra when we went to visit another temple.
Oh.
I thought that it's not safe.
No,
so I
you
told
don't
her
want
not
to recite the Surangama mantra anywhere you go. Some of the temples may have a lot of unfriendly people, friendly beings, okay? You recite the mantra. When you recite that mantra, by the way, people, be careful when you recite it because it's very offensive, okay? It attacks, okay? So that's why for that particular demon that messed with me today at lunch during the video recording, we're going to use that to attack them, to teach them a lesson, among other things, okay? They have to understand pain, to understand that there's some things here in this world where you don't go into my territory. You don't come to my temple and cause problems for me without paying the price for it, okay? Just like I don't go to your domain and cause problems for you, okay? It would be stupid. Yes.
The last question is, it's offensive. It could be offensive at any other temple. I mean, some kind of temples. But how about the Buddha hall? Is Buddha hall generally okay?
Buddha hall?
Inside the Buddha hall?
No. Yes, go ahead. 3.
Master, Venerable XJ recently transmitted the Surangama mantra to me, and he said,
"Oh no!"
He said your instructions were don't use it to harm anybody, and I mean I wasn't planning to, but you know we should only use it for defense and for our own cultivation, right, and not meddling with anybody else. And if you're gonna do something, we shouldn't follow that, right? We should never use that to attack anybody, right?
No, you can't do anything. It's just like I give you a huge jackhammer, and if you can't wield it, you can't do anything. The Surangama mantra is like this huge weapon. It's very heavy. Okay, as heavy as a mountain. You can't lift it. You can't do anything with it. So what's the point? So you have to know your limitations. You're not strong enough to wield these things. And when you wield these things, all you do is that you tickle them. And they say, I want to teach you a lesson, boy. How dare you? come here and tickle me. Have you no respect? That's what I'm telling that demon. What's the matter with you, boy? Have you no respect? Who do you think you are? You understand? You have to know your limitations. And for that, since you don't understand yet, I will beat you up just to teach you a lesson. You don't come to my place. You can stay outside. You can come here and cause problems. But thank you for causing the problems so I can teach my stupid disciples. All right, I think time is up. I don't think we have time to go into 362 until next time. Always when we talk about ghosts and demons, it's not enough time. Final question from Jewel Conk. See, Jewel Mountain is all in samadhi. Okay? I said, I heard of this one before. See, look at them. They're all smiling. I know all this already. Okay? But it's the newcomers, you see, who don't know about ghosts and demons. Okay? That's why they get so excited. Okay? Go ahead, Conk.
I recited Sri Manga mantra about 10 times at my home, and also did that in my office. And Shan Han told me I can do that in my house because it belongs to me and in my car. But can I do it also in my office? Obviously, the office belongs to somebody else. It's not mine. And he had previous talents, so it's not completely my place. But can I do that, the Shura Manga mantra?
I don't recommend it. Remember, what you don't know is in that mantra, there are some areas where it's actually harmful to the ghosts and the demons. It kills them. If you have enough strength, it can kill them. Okay? Or seriously injure them. That's why they're all afraid of it. Okay? So when you recite the Shranga mantra, you should do it at proper places. Don't just do it anywhere, including your car. Your car, if you park in a cemetery, is not a good place to do it either.
Not even in the car, my car, never
Even in
owned
your
by
car.
anyone before.
But your car is parked in a cemetery parking lot. I would not do it. Okay? So that's why be very careful. These Shranga mantra, these mantras here, I know for most people you learn mantra because you're cool, you think you can do these things, but actually for the heavy duty mantras we're teaching you, okay, you have to be careful and practice it at the proper places only, because it could be very offensive to them, okay? And especially, as I said, you are not strong enough. All you do is when you do these things is provoke them, okay? And they can retaliate because they say, look at that woman. She does Shrangama mantra. Look at that man. He does Shrangama mantra. Let's get him. Let's get them before they become stronger. You see that? So in general, be careful. Don't provoke people, that's all. Okay? We have that choice. The demon who came today at lunch and bothered us, they cannot help themselves. They've been bothering my disciple, so now is a chance to bother my disciple again. But it happened to be when they bothered my disciple today, they're bothering me. Okay? So they have to be taught a lesson. That's all. Okay? And it could happen to you too. If you go there and you recite these things and, it bothers them, you're asking for trouble. Okay? And you can continue to ask for trouble like this. Don't expect the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to keep on protecting you. They say, but you know better. Why do you keep on looking for trouble? If you don't know, we understand. But now you know, stop wasting our time. Right? Because we can't protect you forever. We have work to do too. Okay, it looks like we're not done yet. Go ahead, Ahong. 4.
Master, is it okay to recite Shurangama mantra at home for protection?
Yeah, it's your home. Yeah, you can recite it. It's not a problem. Your home is your domain. They have to honor that. They have to respect that. But it doesn't mean that you're able to defend yourself. Okay? And you may be able to recite it because you're entitled to it. But sometimes your home has some other residents who are stronger than you. Because you're sharing the space with the owners as well. So they are entitled to their own guests. So it's not as simple as you think. Okay? Yes, Daniel. Praise the Lord.
I have a question. If a Buddhist kills supposedly a demon, doesn't the demon get reincarnated and could turn into something better?
Yeah. That's why we don't kill them. We just maim them. We instill the fear of God in them. How's that? We don't kill, we just harm them. To teach them a lesson, that's all. Sometimes people don't learn unless they get hurt. They think they can bother anyone they please. It doesn't work like that. There are boundaries. You cross those boundaries, you'll be punished. Because for Mahayana to prosper, we need to create these islands where people will be safe. Okay? So that's why we're very territorial. You come to my territory, you don't behave, I will punish you. I will teach you a lesson you remember. I won't kill you. Why should I kill you? You're good for my disciples because it helps me teach all of them a lesson. You choose to be a weak link so that they attack me through you, or are you going to improve? All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's do the rebirth transference.